So have you ever had that moment when you're quiet to yourself and you think, what's next? And I don't mean like you're worried or anxious about it or there's some kind of crisis, but I mean like in a deeper sense, that voice inside of us there must be more out there. What's my next chapter? Because here's something I noticed at midlife. Once we get past all the busyness of raising kids and building our career and taking care of everyone else, something unexpected happens. This space appears, right? The kids are moving out, things have slowed down, and these questions start to surface. Like, what do I want to create in my life now? What lights me up? What is this dream that I've left unfinished? And I want to talk about that. I think it's really incredibly powerful, the things that happen after 50, and reclaiming our purpose, connecting with passion projects that we might have just put on the back burner for way too long, is an important conversation. So for many of us at midlife, it has been framed like it's a decline, but I honestly believe that that's not true. In fact, it's the opposite. This is the stage of life when we begin to really come into more clarity. We know ourselves better. We care less about what anyone else thinks. We're not looking for approval. And we start asking deeper questions about meaning and purpose. So instead of thinking about how can I keep up with everyone else, we start asking questions that really matter. Like, what do I want now? How do I want to live with purpose? Because purpose in midlife doesn't necessarily mean you're going to find a new career, okay? It's something quite possibly much quieter. It might be writing or painting, could be volunteering or starting a small project that maybe helps other people. It could be learning something new that you always wanted to learn, and now you have time to do it. Or just finally giving yourself permission to explore an idea that you've been sitting on for a long time. Purpose doesn't have to be this massively productive thing. It can simply just be what it is. Just you exploring your creativity or your desires. But creativity is one of the most powerful ways we can reconnect with ourselves. In the busyness of life, women often stop creating somewhere along the way because life is busy. Let's be honest. We have all these responsibilities and schedules. We're caring for everybody else. We get deadlines. And those creative parts of ourselves are just quiet, dormant. But the beautiful thing is, it doesn't ever disappear. It's just waiting, right? And midlife is often when it begins to whisper back. And I think it's because there's just more time when we read something or see someone that's starting something new that inspires us. Maybe we start to wonder and think, maybe I could do that. Just that thought that sparks in your head. And that spark of curiosity is important because honestly, it's the spark that gets us back to our purpose. So pay attention to that. And honestly, we don't talk about it enough. Women over 50 have an incredible advantage when it comes to meaningful projects. Think about it. We have decades of experience, life perspective, resilience. We understand people better, situations. We have navigated loss and joy and change and reinvention and all the wisdom that comes very powerful and is something that we can use. And honestly, the most interesting books and art and businesses and ideas are often created by people in the second half of life. And not because they're trying to prove something, but because I think they finally feel free enough to express what matters and they have the life experience to back it up, So if you've been feeling like this quiet pull towards something new or something left untouched for too long, I want you to try this practice. Okay, don't worry, it's not about setting some kind of rigid goals or something. It's just about listening and allowing your imagination to just explore possibilities. Okay, so how you begin is just find someplace quiet, grab something to write with, And just start with this simple question. Maybe write it down, look at it, think about it. What would I love to explore in the next chapter of my life? And not what you should do, and not what others expect you to do, but what feels interesting to you or meaningful or exciting. So maybe it is writing or starting a podcast or teaching yoga or traveling or learning something new, maybe a language, starting photography, building something new, or maybe creating something that helps other people. I mean, let yourself just write. No editing, no pressure. Just be curious, and whatever comes out, just let it come on the page. Okay? And the most important thing in this process is don't edit. Like, let yourself just be messy. It's going to come out like a big gobbledygook mess. It doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't even need to make sense. Okay? This stage is simply reconnecting with possibility. Because when we allow ourselves to just dream and be curious, something powerful happens. It's like the spark, this energy returns, and one idea will often stand out. And sometimes that feels like, yes, that could be it. Or that's where passion projects begin. It's just like the spark, not with a perfect plan, but a tiny spark that inspires you to move forward with that idea. One of the most beautiful realizations in midlife is the story isn't over. In many ways, it's where the most authentic chapters of our lives begin. The chapter where we're creating from wisdom, from lived experience, from a deeper sense of purpose. And the truth is, the world needs to hear these voices and the creativity, especially of women, in this stage of life. Because, let's be honest, ladies, we bring perspective and compassion and depth and ideas that younger generations, and that was us too at the time, that they just don't have yet. And that experience matters, and that insight matters. And whatever passion is quietly calling to you, it's definitely worth exploring. So give yourself the space and permission to do that. So if you're feeling that nudge towards something creative, something meaningful, something new, consider this your invitation. Okay? Take a little time this week, open a journal, ask yourself what might be waiting for you in this next chapter. And don't go Googling it or asking someone else. This is something you need to just think to yourself, and you don't have to figure it all out. Okay? Just stay quiet, listen, and write down whatever comes, because your exciting adventure is going to begin with a single question. What would I love to create next? And friend, if this topic is resonating with you, I am exploring it much more deeply in my writing. And I have a new Substack article, and I reflect in Substack on midlife and identity and creativity and what it truly means to live fully after 50. So you can find these deeper reflections in my Substack, Juliet Rogers LiveBetter. And I will put the link below if you want to check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and share it with a woman that you think would enjoy hearing this, who might like to explore what it means to live better.